My unhealthy relationship with makeup started when I was in 6th grade. I had very low self-esteem, very low confidence. I felt like I always had to be in makeup. I felt like somebody couldn't like me in my natural skin. People have told me there's no way that anybody would love me with a face like mine, that it looks like I've been beat up, I've been just plain called ugly or hideous. Today is a big day. I am going on a date and I'm gonna go without any makeup on to show off my birthmark. I actually used to just really hate makeup because I definitely used it as my security blanket, if you will, to hide. Also, the makeup that they make for birthmark specifically is really, it's like super thick, super cakey, not cute. So I have port wine stain, which is the redness that covers the majority of my face. And that's actually like your blood vessels and capillaries are dilated, so they're therefore closer to the skin surface, and that's what causes the redness. I also have blue nevus, or the hyperpigmentation, the darker kind of bluish spots, and then it goes onto my eyes as well. Port wine stain can eventually thicken your skin and then also grow like nodules. I was actually born in Seoul, South Korea, and then I was adopted and I grew up in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. So growing up, I mean, it's hard being a kid and looking different and being different than everybody else around you. Not only did I grow up with a birthmark on my face, but I also grew up in a small town where the majority of people were white, so I obviously looked different in that aspect as well. I felt like I stood out in a lot of ways. I was pretty quiet and shy and introverted back then. It was a lot harder for me to feel like I could be accepted. My unhealthy relationship with makeup started when I was in 6th grade. As a teenager, I had very low self-esteem, very low confidence. I felt like I always had to be in makeup around my family, around close friends even, especially when it came to like the time when you start liking boys, because at that time I felt like somebody couldn't like me for the way I was in my natural skin. I would get up early and go, shower and put on makeup before like everyone else was up kind of thing. So I was definitely nervous for Dalton to see my birthmark for the first time. At that time, I was still very self-conscious of the way I looked. I didn't know how he was gonna react.
So we met actually on Tinder. It's actually been 7 years since we first started talking. She was kind of nervous to, I think, show it to me, but I didn't honestly think nothing of it. It was like, okay, that's just part of who she is.
For me, my love of makeup kind of switched over when about 5-6 years ago, I started watching more beauty YouTube and kind of seeing makeup as more of a creative outlet rather than just covering myself up, and because the products were getting better. I love doing, fun, super glam looks or like colorful looks. I also love incorporating my birthmark into a lot of my makeup looks as well. Since starting my social media accounts, I have definitely gained more confidence. I appreciate my followers so much. Like, they are so supportive and helpful in me being more confident in myself. I recently took a break from social media because there was just a lot of negativity and hate over a video that I had put out with my boyfriend. There was just a lot of rude comments like, how could you have a boyfriend? How can you look like that? He looks like he beats you. The video reached like 16 million views, and so at that capacity, you're getting hundreds and hundreds of comments. I was like, you know what, this is where I need to step back for my mental health and just take a break. I was getting all those really terrible comments. Like, I broke down to him and I was like crying. He said, you could stop wearing makeup tomorrow and I would still just think you're like the most beautiful girl ever.
When she gets negative, rude comments, my best response is just to ignore it. I think that's kind of the best thing you can generally do.
He's just been an amazing support system for me and just always makes me feel beautiful, to be honest. What are we gonna wear? Today is a big day. I am going on a date with Dalton and I'm gonna go without any makeup on to show off my birthmark.
Would this match with this?
I'm gonna go with no, because look at this. With plaid, probably not.
I can make a new style.
For me, going out on a date without makeup, before it was something I never used to do. Now I just feel so much more comfortable, like that's who I am. I mean, I'm excited to go to this place because you haven't tried it before. Do you ever feel uncomfortable going on a date with me without makeup on?
No.
No?
Like sometimes I don't even know if you have it on.
I think that I've kind of learned to reset my mind. Obviously I have bad days, everybody does, but for the most part I just kind of brush it off. I just want people to remember, like, I'm a human being. I'm not just a person on the internet. Like, I have real feelings, I have real emotions, and that it's important to remember that and maybe just kind of reflect and think twice before you decide to hit that enter button.
I honestly feel like she's done such a good job of, you know, being strong and just staying true to who she is. I feel like she's beautiful with or without makeup.
Ready, go.
I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Perfect.
When I was younger, I would definitely never thought that I would be at the place that I'm in now, being so comfortable, being out without makeup on, because I felt like back then that I had to wear it. Now I can be who I want to be, and he's fine with it, and I'm fine with it, and I'm just very happy.